Robin Slim Show.
Hey guys, it's Bobby Morris.
Bobby, how you doing, dude?
All right, brother. How are you?
Good, good. You're a comedian from Are you in New York City?
Yeah, New York, in Brooklyn.
Nice, dude. How long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy for about 8 years now. Just I'm not always in the clubs. I'm just wherever I get a chance to go, I just go.
How often do you perform?
If I can, I'll do it maybe twice a month. But if things are busy for me, like doing other things, maybe once a month.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I checked some of your stuff out, man, on YouTube. You're funny, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, dude.
Which one did you check out? The Laugh Lounge or
at the Carolines?
Gotham?
Yeah, Gotham.
Gotham?
That's right, Gotham. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
Full set, man. Yeah, I loved a couple of the jokes. The accordion player joke was great. The Mexicans and the bus when you stole the seat on the bus. I love that.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, those always kill. Those always kill.
Nice. Oh man, how did you get the gig at Gotham?
You know what? A buddy of mine, John Sapanau, another comedian, he just asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. I was doing him a favor. And so I said, absolutely. You know, he was a good friend of mine, and anything he needed, I said, sure, no problem.
Nice.
And jumped in there.
That's
so that
cool.
That was the first time I performed there, and that was a good thing because I had another show. That was actually the first time I performed there, and I was happy about that because I had another show coming up there soon. That it was a big show for the TikTok Stop Foundation from Craig Carton.
Okay. Yeah, I like Craig, man.
Yeah, so I did that there a few weeks later, or maybe a week and a half later, 2 weeks later, and it was good to get the experience there in that club first, to know where the light is and just to feel the crowd out, and there was both shows are great.
That's cool. You think you did better at that one because of the first one?
You know what, I think that I actually might have done better at the one for the TikTok Stop because I had less time. So the one I did the first time, I think I had maybe 10 minutes. I don't remember. I'm not sure. But what happened was that was a big show for the Craig Carton show. They had Artie Lang there, and I was going to do 10 minutes. And then they asked me if I could do a little less time because Jerry Seinfeld was coming. So I said, yeah, that's not a problem. And yeah, I was hoping to do more, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, that's an amazing lineup, man. To be involved with.
Forget about it. Who am I to say anything?
I just be happy to be there.
Yeah. Fuck Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. I'm gonna do full 10 minutes.
I get my 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck about this asshole.
Yeah, so I killed that show, and it was a good experience. Really fun crowd. Good comics. Really great comics on there, and it was a great time.
Nice.
Great experience.
That's cool, man. What else do you do? Like, what keeps you busy?
Well, I just write a lot, just, not even, music. I got the comedy songs, I'm always writing.
I saw your one song. That was great. I was going to ask how many you have.
You know what? I have like 6 of them, but 2 of them I really like. The other ones I'm not too too fond of. And then there's just... And the rest of them just need more work. They're going in the right direction now.
Have you put any on like SoundCloud or like iTunes? Maybe like an album of them.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I was actually gonna try to finish up some of the ones that I do like, and try to put something together with those. Nice. With the 2 that I like now, and the other 3 or 4 that I'm trying to finish up.
That's cool.
Do you perform them alongside your comedy, or is it like a separate thing?
Well, I was performing it alongside, but I'll be honest, I was getting a lot of dirty looks from other comedians. I don't think they like the guitar. They kind of, I don't know if it intimidated them or not. So I stopped taking it to the clubs.
Oh wow!
And, because I don't need it anyway. I don't need the guitar. I don't rely on it. And so if I have like a big set, like if I'm doing like a 20-minute set, then I'll take the guitar. Because it's also tough to do if you get like 5 to 8 minutes, and to do your material and then throw in a guitar.
Has anyone ever like said anything? Or is it just dirty looks you got?
Someone actually said something once to me before the show. Like as if it was hacky. Then I brought the guitar, and I was like, oh, okay,
Wow.
all right, no big. I don't. But then after I played the song, the same person came up to me and was like, dude, I'm sorry, that was great. I thought it was really terrible.
Wow.
Because I don't like guitars, like music and comedy. He goes, but that was.
My dad was murdered with a guitar.
Yeah. Those strings are sharp. So he wasn't a fan of musical comedy, and after he heard my songs, it wasn't like long drawn out songs. I tried to do it like within 2 minutes.
That's what I like, and if it's done right, man, shit, like it's good.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good, man. I don't know. That's crazy.
Oh, thanks, appreciate it.
No problem, man. That's like when I used to do radio. My buddy Derek had had a radio shift like late nights, and he was supposed to just play music, and I just crashed in with him one night, and we did more talk, and that's just like you said. Originally, the guy in charge was like, I don't like the idea of this, but when he listened to the tape, he's like, oh yeah, that's good. Right. I want you to keep having Rob on.
Okay.
So it's like, they just want to hate, and then once they hear it, it's cool.
It's working.
Yeah. I was gonna ask. I saw you, in your act. You said you have a kid.
Yeah, I have a daughter, and my wife just gave birth to our son in November.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
What
Thank you very much.
Does she ever do like crazy things you use in your act?
You know what? She's crazy in general. My daughter and my wife, they're both crazy. But you take what they do that's like slightly crazy, and you kind of add another element to it to make it even more nutty.
We talked to another comedian. I forget which one, but he told us he takes the real shit and he just amplifies it in his act.
Yeah. I don't know if I have to do that for my daughter. She's been doing some crazy things.
That's it, dude. They're not.
But it's funny, really funny stuff.
Yeah.
She's very, very protective of everything. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like, right now she has a cold. I think we're all getting sick, actually.
Yeah.
Right now I got a hit list of people that coughed around me. I'm just marking it off. So she was with my niece the other day, and then my niece ended up getting the cold. And then she got pissed off at my niece for stealing her cold. And, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Kids are germ factories, bro. Like, mine came up for Christmas sick, and my dad's sick now. I'm hoping I don't get it. But I had some stomach flu, too. I don't know what they're giving out, these kids nowadays.
I know. Merry Christmas. Here you go. Bad stomach ache and the flu. Absolutely. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I never was sicker than when I had the kids, man. They carry everything. Even if they don't get it, they're bringing it home.
Absolutely.
That's why
they're all together hanging out in school, collecting those germs, bringing it home to you. The nice clean parents, right?
I remember one time, I think I got it first, and then they both got it, and then I got it again. I got it again because by that time I was better, and then I got sick again.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. They double down,
Right? It's a gift that keeps giving. Who are some of your favorite comedians, Bobby?
Well, a lot of people I perform with now I'm a big fan of, but are you talking about like people who...
Well, who got you into it?
Who I looked up to?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. When I was younger, I really didn't like stand-up at all. I got into it when I was like 16. But before that, I just didn't want to watch it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. But then I saw John Leguizamo perform The Freak.
Okay.
And after that, I just had to go back and watch everybody. And, from Carlin all the way to Dangerfield, just a whole bunch of comedians.
Nice.
But I would have to go with Carlin as one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
He was a genius.
Yeah. And it's just you try to get inspiration from them. And now, right now, I love watching Burr.
Oh,
Burr's great. Yeah.
He's amazing.
Very talented guy. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And for some of the comedians today, that I perform alongside with, my good friend John Sapinow is very funny. Steve Loftus. Who else? Kevin Seaman, Joe Pally, actually one of the funniest people I've seen live is this guy named Freddie Ricks. This guy was just absolutely hilarious. Black guy from the Bronx. I did a show with him, and my cousin was in the audience, and he called her up to the stage, and he asked her, you want to know how it feels to be a black person? And he started raffling her off on stage, and everybody just exploded. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was one of the top comics, I think.
Wow.
Freddie Rex, very funny guy.
That's cool.
Yeah. How about you guys? Who do you guys like?
I like Burr, and I used to love Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice, yeah, definitely.
And Norton. I love Jim Norton.
Yeah.
I would say for me, Burr, I recently been watching a lot of Patton Oswalt. I like him a lot, and Jimmy Norton, of course.
I love Jim Jeffries too. Oh my god.
Yeah, Jim Jeffries. Norton.
Okay.
I like
Hannibal's,
Gaffigan. I like a lot of them.
Gaffigan.
Hannibal's good too.
Hannibal's
I watched
growing
a
on
couple.
me. Hannibal,
What about Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K. Yeah, dude, I love it.
Louis, yeah.
He just uses shit from his life, man. I heard. I saw one of his recent Netflix where he says he brought his kids to Italy, his daughters, and one morning he wakes up. The sky is perfect. The sun's coming down. There's a fucking field full of ponies. So he brings his daughter out, like, let's go look at the ponies. And she goes out there, and it bites her in the thigh, and she starts crying. And she's like, Daddy, why'd the pony bite me? And he's like, well, ponies are just fucking assholes. But he didn't know. But then he Googled it, and yes, ponies are assholes. They just bite you. And that's what I love, because you can't steal that. Like, that's his own life story.
I also
Right.
I like Bo Burnham a lot too. He's a younger guy that got into recently, but like his newest show was amazing. That's on Netflix. I think it's called Happy. But he combines he does kind of the music thing too. But his show is just very artsy and well done. But yeah, he's grown on me. His first two weren't that great, but the most recent one he did was just amazing. Very well done.
Okay, yeah, I've seen a little bit. The last thing I see on Netflix was Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn's great, yeah.
He's
amazing. Was it Unconstitutional? I think was the last one he did on there.
I don't know if that was the name. I don't remember the name of it. I saw it about a month ago.
Yeah,
basically
just
good. About everybody coming to New York.
Yeah, that might have been the one.
That?
Yeah, that might have been Unconstitutional.
Even
yeah,
Joe Rogan's stand-up.
Rogan is hilarious.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good ones out there. Mm-hmm. He's a smart dude too, Rogan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He really is. I was gonna ask you, have you ever in your marriage or relationship, have you ever gotten in a fight because you've told a joke that was not appreciated?
Actually, you know what? We've never gotten into a fight over it, but it's funny because my wife was actually very supportive of the stand-up comedy. It's just that when she would go to a show and I would talk about her, and her friends are in the audience with her, they would look at her like, "You really did that? You really did that?" And it was just she's just kind of take it easy. He's just telling a joke. And, maybe you take it and you build it up into something else.
Right.
Yeah.
You take the reality and you just add another aspect to it. Something a little more bizarre, but
I don't know if you ever made a wisecrack around the house that just got you in the doghouse.
all the time. But I've never used that on stage. Let me think of something I said. I'll tell you one thing that got pissed off me in the house. She asked me to open the window for her. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, open the window. So I opened it for her. 10 minutes later, she's like, could you close it? I got a problem closing it. I was so pissed off. I was like, hey, just like your mouth. And she was so pissed off at me. She was
yeah.
I was like, I want to use that on stage. And she's like, you better fucking not. I'm like, oh, God, I'm just having fun. She was pissed at that. These little, snarky comments, witty comments, she'll get pissed at in the heat of the moment. But she's good with it, though. She's good. Yeah.
Would you sing one of your songs for us, Bobby?
You think it'll come out all right, or
yeah, usually it comes out all right.
I was gonna say, and it sounds like a good connection.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll do a song for you guys. I'm also coming down with a little cold, so I'll try my best to sing for you.
Cool, man.
And, we'll see how this goes.
Right.
Just grab my guitar.
Got the guitar, nice.
All right, Bobby, you there?
Yep.
All right, when you're ready, I'm just going to mute the mics, and then you can go give us a little backstory of the song and then go into it.
All right. So I'm ready. Just this is one of the first songs that I've written. It's called Prude, and just hope you all enjoy it. All right. So here we go. Here's Prude. And if a blowjob cost a quarter, that would be so nice. But it cost $100, and that's just overpriced. My girl doesn't want to see my birthday suit, so I have to pay for a prostitute. I picked one off the corner 'cause she is looking nice. She got in my car and told me her name was Mike. Best fucking money I've ever spent. How am I going to pay my rent? If my girl was such a prude, I wouldn't have to pay to get ahead from a dude. Maybe I'll start giving blowjobs too. I'll even start with you. That's it, guys.
Awesome, man.
Would you pay him, Pete?
Thanks.
Yeah.
What's that?
I asked our intern if he'd pay you.
I'd pay.
So what got you into what made you decide to, like, did you start out trying to do comedy with music, or did that come later? Were you playing guitar before you even got into comedy?
You know what? It's a pretty interesting story. What happened was I was working for the New York Times in the mailroom over there, and I had a good friend of mine named Vinny. And he was telling me he knew a comedian, and I was already writing jokes at the time, and I said, hey, listen, you know a comic? And it was so funny because he would come in and be like, oh, I was hanging out with this guy last night, Kevin Hart. You ever heard of him? I was like, you know what? I think I heard. And this is years ago, before Kevin Hart was even blew up, and I always remember the name. And I started looking him up on YouTube and stuff like that, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's really, really funny. And so I would always hear like these names. And just now I look back, I'm like, holy shit, he really had a good connection, a good time hanging out with these guys. And so I asked him if he'd be interested in showing his friend Willie Sweets. That's the stage name is his name is Will Morales. And if he would be interested in seeing some of my jokes or wanting to do it. I wasn't looking to do stand-up. I was looking to just write. I really like writing, comedy, drama, horror, whatever it is. I just write. So I gave it to him to give to his friend, and he gave it back. He said, I should probably just try it out myself. It's good stuff. And it was funny because this whole time I'm writing all these jokes. My father and mother came to me and said, oh, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just, I got my whole book of jokes here. And I'm like, that's funny. After all these years of not wanting to do anything in school, once you graduate, you're writing all this shit. I'm like, yeah, it's just how it goes, I guess. And so then my father told me that my grandfather used to write jokes, and I didn't know anything about it. I was like, what are you talking about?
Nice.
He said, yeah, your grandfather used to write jokes. He goes, actually, Ronnie Dangerfield called the house once to see if he would write for him. And I was like, are you fucking for real? He was like, yeah. He's like, he goes, I remember because I picked up the phone when he called.
Wow.
But at that time, he goes, at that time, his name wasn't Ronnie Dangerfield. It was something else. Oh, well, it was something else. It was his real name. I don't even know what his real name is.
I don't either. I always thought that was his real name.
Yeah. No, it was under a different name, and his actual name. And then what happened was my grandfather basically told him these weren't the type of writing he did wasn't the type of jokes he was looking for.
Wow.
And my grandfather used to write jokes for another comedian. I think it was Jackie Vernon. And unfortunately, by that time, when I knew about this, my grandfather just passed away, so I wasn't able to talk to him about it. But I remember going through his stuff and seeing like seeing monologues for like Jackie Vernon, and I believe it was Jackie Vernon. But basically, the guy, he had just everything there. I was like, holy shit, this is just funny.
That's so
how it is.
cool.
And after that, I said, you know what, I got to get up on stage and just do it myself.
Nice.
And I did.
Yeah.
It worked out.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been fun. I'm just picking and choosing where I want to go. I'm not looking to, being there every night. I got a family. I want to be with them more than anything.
Nice.
But it's just a good time.
Yeah.
I was also just curious to when you decided to incorporate music in, and if you had played guitar before you started doing comedy.
You know what? I always played guitar, but I wasn't actually like really good at it until well, I'm still not really good at it. I know how to play a certain amount of chords, but a buddy of mine would come over and he would teach me how to play. And I always, in the back of my head, I always had like a bigger idea. Like, you know, I wanted to start a band. Like in my head, I always had something else I wanted to do with this. I always wanted to bring it to another level. And so my buddy Nick Anzalone would come over and he would teach me chords, and he was really good. He's really good at the guitar. And after that, I just started writing regular songs. And I'm like, you know what? I really want to try to write something funnier. And because I knew I was going towards stand up in the end. You know, I always wanted to do something like that. So I just started writing some comedy songs, and I'm still working on them. I just cool. It's taken a long time to finish a lot of them. So,
nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool. What have you ever? What's the craziest thing you've seen at like a comedy show?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of crazy things.
I didn't know if you ever seen a fight break out.
To me, the craziest thing to me is that people are laughing at my jokes. It's just one of those things that's so surreal. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting hit with this. You know, it's something I never thought I'd be able to do. I was always like the quiet kid in school. I never spoke to people.
I was thinking maybe you were like the class clown or something.
No, far from it. They used to call me Father Figure Rob in school because all my friends were doing bad shit, and I'd be the one to, like, you know, I was like their lawyer. You know, like tell them what was.
You guys gotta cut this shit out. You're fucking out, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, I hung out with a bunch of goons, but you know, I was the one to try to. I was the one they listened to. I held them back from doing a lot of stupid things.
Wow.
And yeah. So it was just a surprise that I was even able to get up there and do it. I tell you what, my first show, I bit off way more than I can chew. I tell you that. But I had 8 minutes on. I had 8 minutes on stage at a club called the Laugh Lounge. Unfortunately, it's closed down. I used to love that club, and I had 8 minutes on stage. And after my first joke, the laughter, everybody laughed so loud. The wave of laughter hit me, and I was just elated.
Wow.
I couldn't even think straight. I was just like, oh my god, what do I do now? Cause then I forgot the rest of my set, and I ended up getting through it. I was just doing sound effects, and people were liking it, and it wasn't that great, but I didn't bomb on the first try, and but I felt like, you know, I need to, you know, practice more and get used to whatever I need to get used to.
Yeah, I've heard that from a couple guys that said their first time they killed, and then after that they've had a few rough ones.
I haven't really had a few. I really haven't had too many rough shows, I'll be honest. I think more recently I had a rough show rather than early on. I mean, just now, because I'm trying to switch it up a little bit too. You know, like I get tired of doing the same material that kills. I'm looking for more stuff, and you know, over here in Brooklyn, I think I like to stick to my material, unless something like happens in the club, or then I'll go off script a little bit. But I really like to stick to my material. But over here, I've been doing a lot of shows in Brooklyn, and it seems like they like a lot of crowd work, I think. So I'm trying to get more into the crowd work for them, trying to break my own habits just for them.
Yeah.
Because I like sticking to my material. I really, you know, I don't know. I try to work with the crowds as much as I can, but in the end, I want to do my stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. Bobby, we have to wrap this up, dude, but where can everybody find you?
Well, right now, I'm on Twitter. You could look me up, Bobby Morris. I should pop up there. And, you know, I'm really new to Twitter. So I really don't know how to work that great. So, I think it's, you know what, I had 2 Twitters, so I had to switch them up. That's another thing about comedians. We're not very, we're all over the place.
Let
Twitter,
me see.
you can find me on Facebook, Bobby C. Morris.
Cool.
If they want to look me up. So.
Awesome, dude. And when's your next gig?
Right now, I'm just taking it easy with the newborn. I'm going to wait a little while, maybe a month or 2. I just got offered something. I had to turn it down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to. It was. I didn't want to go too far.
Yeah.
So.
All right, brother. Yeah, it's
that's it, right?
at BC Comedy, BCM Comedy.
BCM Comedy.
BCM Comedy on Twitter.
I just pushed it over.
Cool,
Thank you.
man. No problem, dude. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Happy New Year, and enjoy the rest of the show, guys. All right?
You too, brother.
Cool, man.
Good
Have a
one,
good one,
man.
Bobby.
Take
All right.
care.
Later, dude.
All right, guys, we're going on break. We will be back.